Hello, my other lecture is about deaf culture. So let's define what culture is. Culture is people's way of life. And then we have the community, people who live together, they share common goals, they use the same language, they are bonded together by their own language culture. Like us, the Borans, we have our own culture. We have our own dressing, we had our own traditional food, and still it is practiced, although religion has refused some. There is this influence of culture and religion. Mine is about deaf culture. The deaf people have their own culture. Others have accepted deafness, and then they have said deafness is just a difference in human experience. You are a brown, I am dark. You are a tall, I am short. They have just said like that. But we have others who have not accepted deaf culture. That's when we call it, we spell it with small d. These ones are clinically, audiologically deaf. But they don't want to associate each other, they don't like to associate themselves with deaf culture. So sometimes you can see them putting earphones, pretending not to be deaf. But there are also people who are hearing. Like me here, I have known sign language, I have known their culture, so I am adopted by the deaf. I am one of the members of deaf culture. Deaf people in Isiolo County. Let's look at characteristics of deaf culture. Number one, they use Kenyan Sign Language to communicate with each other and even the hearing. So to get attention, because you cannot call them, Laban, come here, Fatuma, come here, you have to tap the shoulder gently to get their attention and the eye contact. We have endogamy. They like marrying each other. Endogamy is marriage between two deaf individuals. The bride is deaf and the bridegroom is deaf. They like marrying each other. One, why is this so? They don't trust the hearing. They say this one is going to have a hearing boyfriend, a hearing girlfriend. Obviously, after marrying me, he's going also to marry his. They don't trust us, the hearing. So that is why they like marrying one another. For that, having worked for them and taught the deaf for over 20 years, I don't encourage that. In case we have hereditary deafness in one of these couples, the deafness will obviously go to their lineage and they might get a deaf child. Many people who are deaf, they prefer for them to be called deaf rather than words like hearing impairment. But for me, I fear mentioning the deaf. I've been taught by my lecturer, be current in addressing this learner. So I got used to the hearing impaired. But for themselves, some would like to be referred to as deaf. They have social organization, they have their own groups, they have own CBOs, religious-based organization. Then the deaf, they are brutally true. They talk the truth. In deaf culture, there is no hiding. If you come to class, they tell you, teacher, why are you sad? Why did you stay at home? Why are you not this and this? Today you have not dressed properly. Today, why are you taking your tea now? They tell you the truth. You don't look okay. You have not combed your hair well. But for the hearing, at least we are a bit ethical and cautious. Then, they are detail-oriented. If a deaf child comes to your class late, and maybe he's a day scholar, when they come to class late, they'll tell you, teacher, I was late because we woke up early. My mother and father fought. We had an accident on the way. They have a lot of stories to tell. But the hearing will tell you, excuse me, teacher, may I get in class? And then the story ends there. For the deaf, they are very much detailed oriented, and then they will tell you everything from what happened last night to the early morning up to why they came to class late. Then they value information sharing. One, for us, the hearing, we get information from the TV, from the radio, from my colleagues. As I walk, as I sit, I get a lot of information. But for the deaf, they value information sharing because most of this verbal communication they miss. So when they meet, they can stay under this tree for hours and hours. They value information sharing. That is their way of life. And then they also trust and love one another. That's all about deaf culture. Then how can you become a member of the deaf community? One, to be a member of the deaf community, you have to be audiologically deaf, clinically deaf, and accept. You can be deaf but not accepting the deaf culture, so you cannot be a member. For one to become member of the deaf, you must be audiologically deaf. The other one is political. Those who have political influence over their issues, they also become members of the deaf. Linguistic, if you know their language, you use sign language, you obviously become member of the deaf community. Social, it is the ability to participate in social events like the Deaf Awareness Month, the Deaf Awareness Week. If you are able to do this, you are also member of the deaf community. I think we have, so they have their own culture, their own way of life. It is good to respect every culture. I like somebody to respect my culture. Same to them, we respect, we embrace, and that is how they are. So they are part of the community. Let's embrace and live with them.